record. And are we good to go? Cool. Okay, everybody, so welcome to tonight's call. And as I said, great kickoff call on the weekend for South Africa. And what really sort of struck me on the weekend is most of the trainers, they all mentioned that you have to have some sort of support structure in place for your members and for your customers, particularly. And it was so cool to just sit there and sort of like nod and smile as I was in the front room at a training, and I thought, okay, we've got the support structure in place. Everybody mentioned, have you got something on Zoom? Did they support people on WhatsApp? Obviously Facebook, 21-day challenges. And I sat there thinking, you know what, our support and our process, with everything that we've got in place, the only thing if we want to move up the marketing plan that we have to do is to, number one, own the process, understand what the process is, and then obviously prospect, invite, and put numbers through the process, and that will get our volume up. So having said that, one of the key support structures that people have, now this is just not moving, so just give me a mo, there we go, is obviously the support structure on Facebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hand over to Global Expansion Team Get 2.5 Dillian Sweethurst, and she's going to take you through, number one, how to grow your business, how to work Facebook, what you should be doing, how you should be interacting. And then we're going to give an example of one of our team members who's done just that since December, and she's absolutely flying at the moment. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to International Global Expansion Team, and everybody can clap for Dillian Sweethurst. Over to you, Dee.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good year so far. We almost feels like we're heading towards the end of January. It's just incredible. So, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about social media tonight. And I think it's important that we just say why build a business on social media, because I know some of you prefer face-to-face meetings, shake parties, boot camps, fit clubs, those kind of things. But in all reality, with the situation in the world right now, I think COVID is going to be with us, and lockdowns are going to be with us for quite some time to come. And even post-lockdown and post-COVID, if you want to go back to your more personal, interactive style of doing the business, I still think you need to supplement it with a business online as well, because social media is where everyone's at. That's where people spend a lot of time. You can reach thousands of people through social media. You can build your business internationally. You can work from home. I mean, that's what we really wanted. We wanted to work from home. And not only from home, I need to work from the tennis court and from the karate tournament and do all those kind of things. So we wanted to be really flexible in our time, in our location, and social media affords you that. So about 3 years ago, we closed our hub or our wellness club or whatever you want to call it. We shut down all our exercise sessions, because we then made the decision that we wanted to be online completely, that we didn't want a physical location that depended on us showing up at a specific time. That was around about the time where my son had school activities going, homework tasks, things like that, and it became increasingly difficult for us to be at the club during what we would call peak exercise times. And that's when we made the decision to close down our physical venue and all our physical activities and take everything online. So we dabbled a bit in social media before then, like everyone does. But when we made that decision, we really had to investigate and learn and figure out how we were going to build this business online and what support structures we needed. So we did a lot of courses. I promise you, I looked at all the different network marketing specific social media gurus, because it's different building network marketing on social media than building any other sort of business on social media. And we did lots of courses. We spent hours online investigating, researching, on webinars, buying courses, thousands of dollars, not even rands, dollars, because all of these things are in dollars. And we've learned a lot over the last couple of years, tweaked what we're doing, and that has kind of brought us to the system where we are right now. So I also watch a lot of other companies because sometimes other companies are even better at the social media game than Herbalife is. And when I say other companies, I mean network marketing companies. And we learn from them all the time. I know people in different companies, so it's nice for me to chat to them and see how they do it and exactly what their strategies are. And then also strategies change from time to time because of algorithm changes, because of the way Facebook works. What we did on Facebook a couple of years ago doesn't work at all today. So you kind of have to stay with the trends and make sure that what you're doing is a current strategy that's going to really work now. So just if I look at my notes here, something that I skipped just now, post-COVID, even if you want to go back to your belly-to-belly business, social media is a very time-effective method of building your business, especially for your part-time people. It's the most cost-effective way. I mean, you've got absolutely no expenses really. And it is the most duplicatable way because anyone can do this. It's one of the few things that you can actually teach anyone to do and anyone to implement. So let's start off with just talking about the different platforms. The major ones are Facebook and Instagram. And I don't know if you know this, but they're all owned by Facebook. It's the same company. They also bought WhatsApp a couple of years ago. So it's all the same company. So if you talk Facebook, the same rules apply to Instagram and vice versa. The same way the algorithm works. They like the same kind of things on both platforms. So you really have to go and figure out where's your people. I'll be honest, most of my people are on Facebook. I can do exactly the same post on Facebook and Instagram, and I will get 20 times more engagement on Facebook than I would get on Instagram. I know for some of you, it's the other way around. So you focus more on Instagram and you focus on building your business there, but the same kind of rules apply. And if you set your Instagram account up in such a way, you can cross-post to Facebook. So whatever you post on Instagram, it automatically posts onto Facebook. So that is sometimes very handy, especially your stories. So if we look at Facebook and Instagram, Instagram's got quite a few more aspects, but there's basically three main parts to Facebook. It's your stories, it's your main feed, and it is also your groups. I know there are pages, and I know some of you have pages, but my honest opinion is that pages are a waste of your time. The stats at the moment is that only 3% of people on a page will see your posts. If you've got a page, Facebook wants you to spend money. They want you to figure out Facebook advertising and boost your posts with them. So that's why organically they show your post to very few people. So it's really not worth the effort. In other words, if you've got 100 people that follow your page, only 3 of them will see your post. So you can just see that's not going to get you anywhere. Regarding advertising, remember, we always want stuff that's going to duplicate. So yes, you may have a budget for advertising, you may figure out advertising, but is that going to duplicate? Most likely not. So it's not a strategy that we want to follow. So we focus more on groups, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But I just want to quickly go through the other 2 parts of Facebook. I'm just going to share my screen here. Sorry, Izzy, I'm going to take away your screen. Where is my Facebook now?
I've just stopped sharing, Dee. So there we go.
Okay. Oh, I've got so many things open here. I think it's on that one. No, that's my emails. Stop share. Sorry, guys. Can't find my Facebook screen now. And we're also busy doing tax. So that's why you see spreadsheets and nonsense here. That's the 21-day thing, but I don't want that one. I want the other one. Let's see if I take that one away. Okay, there we go. Now it says screen sharing is paused. Why is that? That one. Sorry, and now my internet's not the fastest. Are you seeing my Facebook screen that's blank at the moment? Yes,
Yeah.
There it goes, my healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we've got it there. All right, so if you look at your Facebook, it will look a little bit different on your mobile phone or on your cell phone. But you are basically going to have your main profile, which is this area where you do your normal posts, which is not loading, but you all know what I'm talking about, these main ones here at the bottom. And then you'll have your stories that appear in that little circle. So when you're on your cell phone, you've got all the stories at the top, and you've got your main feed scrolling down. So it works the same on Facebook and Instagram. And just a little heads up, Facebook is really going, sorry, and here's a guy wanting to buy a cricket set. Sorry. Facebook and Instagram are both going in the direction that they tend to lean more towards stories, because stories disappear within 24 hours. So what's actually happening, there's so much content being shared on social media platform that Facebook and Instagram can't keep up. They don't have space to actually display all this content. So they're leaning more towards the content that disappear after 24 hours, and that's your stories. All right, so on your Facebook main feed and your Instagram main feed, what is the purpose of that? Because it's important that you understand the different purposes. That's what's going to help you find new followers, especially on Instagram. So that's where you want to post content of real value, so that when people go into your profile, they look at this and they think, oh, this is interesting. I want to follow this person. I want to befriend this person. So that's good quality posts, maybe a longer post, more photos, like a substantial post, I always want to say. Then your stories is where people are going to get to know you better. And that's where they're going to see your day-to-day doings, what you're up to during the day. And it's basically like a reality show of your life, if you want to call it that. So a lot of people use these stories to just post quotes, and they just post random stuff. The title says it's a story. And remember, when we wrote essays at school, we were taught that the story's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's kind of what your story must be like. There must be a theme to it. There must be like a flow to it. It's not just random, a quote, and then this, and then that. All right. So think about your stories in that way. That might help you. And it's for your viewers and your followers to get to know you better, see what your day is like, what you're up to during the day. And you don't have to do video. It's obviously great if you do video, and if you follow someone like Al, she's really great at it. But if you don't want to do video, you can just do posts and writing and comments on it if you're not comfortable with video yet. But that's really where your people are going to get to know you better and get to know your lifestyle better. Okay, and then the third thing is our group. All right, so our group is for products is My Healthy Lifestyle. So why do we like groups? Because Facebook is not that strict of showing the content of a group. They share the contents of a group much more freely than what they do your personal stuff and definitely page stuff. Right. So in our group, we use a strategy called ATM. And it's not the automatic teller machine where you draw money, where it is add, tag, message. That's what it stands for. So what you want to do is always keep on adding people to this group. Then you tag them in a specific post, and then you message them privately to start a conversation and follow up with them. Right. So My Healthy Lifestyle group is the group where you're going to do this. And once every 2, 3, 4 days, I go and tag everyone that joins this group in this welcome post, which is Dr. Akwanubi just explaining a little bit about our healthy lifestyle, what we're doing to it. But then you've got lots of other posts in the group where you can go and tag people. So whenever I speak to someone who says, have you got more information about the challenge, or what's the challenge about, or I want to lose weight, can you help me? I add them to the Facebook group and I go and tag them in a result on this group that will inspire them. All right, and that helps them. They stay in the group, they see the follow-ups, they see the promotions, they get the value in terms of the recipes, they can ask questions, and they get a glimpse of our community and what our community is like. So this group you can add anyone to, and you can use it for your customers as well. If you're speaking to a customer that's trying to eat more vegetarian food now, you go and tag them on some of the meat-free Monday recipes. If you have a customer that's struggling to drink water, you go tag them in a water post. And if you don't know where to find the post, you just go to that little magnifying glass there. And let's say, for instance, you want to search something on water, and there you will get all the My Healthy Lifestyle posts that has got something, some mention of water in it, and you can go and find an appropriate one. Or if you want a result, or if you want whatever in that group, you'll find something here. If you want a workout, if you want anything to support your customer, you will be able to find it in this group. Right, so what we also use this group for is obviously promoting our challenge. Now, like with anything on Facebook, you don't want to be promoting your challenge all the time and just be doing that. You want to make sure that there's a fair balance between adding value, motivation, tips, recipes, things like that. So there you can see there's a recipe. There Vilma shared some information about immune system. We've got some immune health posts, some little things that they can participate in, comment on. And that is really where they get drawn into the community and see the value. So by the time you invite them onto a challenge, it's a very, very easy sale because they know you, they like you, they've gotten to trust you over the time that they've spent with you in this group. So it's a really very simple way. It's a very non-confrontational way, and it's a very easy way to build your community. But now here's the crux of it all. I want to show you activity log. I want to show you what happens when we have posts that there's a lot of action on. No, that's not that. Sorry. Engagement. And when we have posts that there's very little action on, because we want to make sure that we have engagement in this group. So there's Liesel's post about the brownies. And she was very clever in this post. I'll show you now. But there was 51 people who engaged in this post in some rhyme or manner. So that caused 699 people to actually see this post. And you can see as the engagement goes down, the reach also goes down. So if we have posts where there's very poor engagement in, you will see very few people see the post. When we've got a post that's got great engagement, more and more people will see the post. So that's the algorithm. So what Facebook does, and Instagram works exactly the same way. If you do a post on Facebook and Instagram and nobody likes it, nobody comments on it, Facebook and Instagram thinks nobody's interested in this, we are just going to stop sharing this post. So let me show you an example. Right, so that post that I did this morning about Get Your Shield On, you see there was no comments, a few likes, and only 182 people saw that post. A couple of hours later, we had this testimonial post, and a lot of you engaged and commented, and can you see that we had more than double the amount of people who saw the post? So that's why it's so important to be active on these groups and to make sure that you are engaging and working the group, not just plugging your people in and then waiting for the group to do the work for you, but to make sure that you are tagging, that you are commenting. And what's really great when we do this is we are actually validating the challenge. So this is a little write-up about the challenge, and now we've got quite a few people in the bottom who says what the challenge did for them, how it's working for them. So other people who've not been on a challenge read this and go, oh, wow, it's like testimonials or reviews. You know, every business has got reviews on Google. This is kind of our reviews. So if we've got nothing happening down at the bottom here, first of all, the algorithm is not going to show it to a lot of people. And secondly, there's no validation, there's no reviews, there's no social credibility about what we do. So that's why I really urge you to get involved in these groups. And what also happens, you must remember, if, let's say I do this post of the salad, my friends will be the ones who really see this more than your friends. But if you do a post about chocolate brownies or whatever, more of your friends will see it than my friends. Does that make sense? Right. So it's important that you are active. If you comment on this post, it's more likely to link your friends to this post. If you don't comment, it's more likely that my friends will be linked to the post, not yours. I hope that makes sense. So I want to show you quickly what Liesel did here with the brownie post. Joan has been sharing some great recipes. So it's great when we've got some conversations happening on the post. That's what Facebook loves, and Instagram as well. Where's your brownies? Okay, there's the brownies. And she said, I wonder who can guess the ingredients. That's just like a fun way to get people to interact and to be busy on that post. And you saw that in the last 28 days, that was the post that got the best reach because we had the most comments in this post. Right, and Lisa went back to this and she answered every single person in this post. So that's also very important. Even on your own timeline, if you post something and people start engaging, you have to go back and respond to them and answer to them and get a conversation going. That's very, very important. All right, so that's the ad tag message, the ATM strategy. So we've got this group, it's loaded with content, but you're all welcome to add your own flair to this and add your own stuff to this. And if you're not ready to do your own post, then at least start by interacting and engaging with the posts that are happening and tagging people. Let's say, for instance, you had people in the last week that you spoke to about the challenge, but you haven't closed the deal yet. You tag them in this post with these results and all these comments. That's definitely going to help you to close the deal and for people to not just take your word for it, but to see like social proof that this thing is really working. Okay, so I quickly want to ask Liesel, I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to ask Liesel, and she is there on camera tonight looking all gorgeous. So Liesel, I said last week, spent a lot of time over December. She invited about 300 people. And even in January, she kept on adding because Facebook at some stage tells you enough now. So you have to do a little bit every day. You can't in one day go and sit and invite absolutely everyone that you do know onto this group. But Liesel did that in December. She started being a bit more active on the group. Liesel, do you want to tell us just your results and what you told me the other day? You were very excited about your results. Yeah, you're unmuted. Go for it.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Talian. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to share with you tonight. So during December, I really started to focus on my Facebook page. And I started with my personal page and my wall and started to look at what am I sharing there. I even started sharing photos and things about my children, which I never did. But I just wanted to look like a real person, you know, share things about my life, about my lifestyle, the things that I'm passionate about. I will share things about rescue animals because that's something that I'm passionate about. So there's a balance. I hardly ever share specific Herbalife things on there, but I will share the recipes or yeah, if we have a challenge, I will share that on there. But I try to have a balance. And then I also started during December, I took my current friends list and I invited them to My Healthy Lifestyle group. And Facebook caps you. You can't invite everyone, like Talian said, on one day. But that's actually not such a bad thing because at the moment I'm capped again. I can't invite everyone anymore. So I'll have to wait a day or two. But that gives me the opportunity to the people that I have invited, that I have sent friend requests to, I can start conversations with them. So it's not just this whole bunch of people that I lose because it's too many people. And I've started to grow my friends list. And what I did was to see where is my tribe. So I'm a social worker and I was a single mom for 10 years. So those are two groups of people where I already have a certain level of trust because they can relate to me on that level. I also run a Facebook support group for single moms. It's something that I'm really passionate about. So I've started having conversation with people and just connecting with them. And you know that you don't want to accept friend requests just from anyone out there. People don't like that. So I try to connect with them on that level. And when people accept my friend request, I will go into Messenger. I will tell them, thank you for accepting my request. I'm looking forward to having a Facebook friendship with you, or something like that. And then I'll start commenting on their posts, no matter what it is. If it's their child's activities or something funny that they've said, I'll comment on whatever they post. So I'll build like an online friendship with this person. And then like because I do that, people are more likely to also comment, and they're also likely to see whatever I post. So like the brownie recipe that I posted, if I can use that as an example, I had so many people ask me for the recipe. And I didn't just post the recipe onto the wall there, because then it would block a lot of conversations. So
Sorry, such an important point there, Liesel. Sorry for interrupting you, but that's very important. The easy way is just to answer the question there, but then no one else would ask because the answer has been given. Very important.
Yes. So I would just comment on the post and tell them I'll send you the message, the recipe, or check your inbox. Or if it's somebody that I had on WhatsApp, I would send them a WhatsApp. And I'd have a bit of a conversation around that. If it's somebody I haven't spoken with in a while, then I would just use the opportunity to catch up. And I've had opportunities around that brownie post where people ask me, what have you been doing during COVID? Are you all right? How were you affected? And that gave me the opportunity to share with them that I had a bit of a backup plan in place. So yeah, so it's just one brownie post, but it opened the door for me for a lot of conversations. Yeah, so I'm very thankful for the My Healthy Lifestyle group, because it's a really fantastic platform, and especially because there's so many people who contribute to that. It's not just me and my thing, and it's not just Herbalife, and people also like that. I love how Dr. Virginia talks about vomiting Herbalife onto people. I always laugh when she says that, because nobody likes that. Nobody, that's the quickest you'll get blocked. Trust me, I know. So yeah, so I love the balance on the group, and yeah, it's just, for me, it's a really fantastic platform, and it's working. I'm getting people, inviting people to the challenge info groups, and people are showing interest, and it's not I'm adding my own wall, which is really nice. I don't feel like I'm shoving this down anybody's throat. People are contacting me, and then, like I said to Dalian, then it's even easy for me to make a phone call, because we always joke, because I don't like a telephone, and I was a telephone counselor, so people always laugh when they hear that. But I don't like phoning people and I want to sell to them. But if they contact me, it's a completely different story. So yeah.
So it was so exciting. Thank you so much, Liesel. It was so exciting last week when you said to me, people are contacting me. I'm not running after them, they're contacting me. That is what we want to get to, where people actually come to you for the results. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Liesel. Lots of value there. I hope you took good notes, because there was lots of little nuggets that Liesel gave us in here. So one of the favorite sayings around network marketers on social media is, be a human being first, a marketer second. And I think sometimes people get that switched around. And it's from excitement. You just want to share your life with everyone. But it is off-putting for other people. All right. So I just want to make one statement here about the post about children. You can set your posts, if you post your children, so that just your friends will be able to see that specific post. So it's post specific. It doesn't stay like that. Your post should be public. If you want to build a business on Facebook, it should be public. But if you want to post your children and you don't want everyone to see that, just those specific posts, you turn to friends only. So that is possible. And then another important thing that Liesel said is, a lot of times we invite people to the groups, but they don't accept, because Izzy said this morning, we get so many invites from all over that we just ignore them, because it's just so many, it's noise. So it's good if you have a personal conversation with someone, and you can just use a little text or a voice note or something to say, hi, Liesel, I recently joined this amazing healthy lifestyle community, and I thought about you because I know you're really into fitness, or I know you really like cooking, or I know you're a busy mom and you would like a lot of tips to help you simplify your life, whatever it's appropriate. I've sent you an invite to the group. Please watch out for it in your notifications. Just a little simple thing like that, or whatever conversation you can have with them. All right, so that's also very important. Okay, so I think that's it for tonight, guys. A whole mouthful. That was lots, but I think it was very valuable, especially Liesel's part, real in life. So what we're going to do going forward now is, when we do a specific testimonial post, especially testimonial post, we would like more comments and engagement in the comments below. So I'll share it on some of the groups, the link specifically to the post. Go in there and put your own little 2 cents worth there. It's going to help your people to see the post. So this is where we all work together as a team, and one hand washes the other hand, and we all get this group dynamics going by commenting, and your person reads my comments and my person reads your comments, and that's how the group dynamic works. So we're going to be sharing a lot more of those links, even on the loyalty reward group. I'll do a post tomorrow about a supervisor recognition, and I try to word it really in such a way to tell the story of this lady. So I'll share it tomorrow morning when it goes onto the group, and then you can congratulate her. And like we did this weekend with the training, say, why is it important to join this training? What have trainings done for you? So it's all about validating whatever we're posting about. So if the post is promoting the 500-point school, then you comment there and say, I'm so grateful to have qualified for last month. It was really amazing. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's school, or whatever the situation is. Just validate whatever's going on in that group, because that's really going to help the algorithm, and it's going to help you. So thanks a lot, Izzy. That's all for me.
Thank you so much, Dee. I really appreciate you taking the time out, because I know you've spent time, effort, and money really understanding exactly how Facebook works and how to actually build your business on Facebook. And so we appreciate you sharing everything with us. Liesl, thank you so much. It was absolutely awesome to hear from you. And I really got excited, because I know Liesl is one of those people who said, I really put my hand up, I'm tired, I really need to move to the next level. So guys, one of the things I really took
Sorry, Izzy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I just answer Joan's question, because it's a very important question?
Oh, okay.
Joan says, if you post something and somebody wants to buy the product, how do we know whose person it is? When you invite the person, it will forever show invited by Liesl Malherbe, invited by Isabel Richardson. So I always refer people back. If you're not sure that it's your person that you invited, just keep quiet. I watch those posts every day, and I will make sure that the person gets in contact. You will see some of my past posts. I would say, Michelle will get in contact with you. And then I'll contact Michelle and say, Michelle, your person asked about the challenge, please let. So I work those lost leads. If you're unsure, you don't think someone belongs to you, you don't poach them. We don't do that because every person is invited to that group. On their profile, we can see who invited them, and it will stay with them forever and ever on that group. Does that answer your question, Joan? No, thanks for the answer.
Perfect. Thank you, Dee. Thanks for taking the question. So totally lost train of thought now. So everything was all about keeping it simple. And I go back to 23 years ago when we were trained that you've got to talk to 10 people a day on the products and talk to 10 people a day on the opportunity. And I think with COVID, what the pandemic has done, you know, back in the day, we would get out of the comfort zone, you'd walk into a shopping center, you'd see 10 people, you'd hand out flyers, you would do stickers. So you always had the opportunity of chatting to somebody. So what Liesl has done very good at that is actually seen a way now how she can still talk to her people every day by engaging, adding them onto the My Healthy Lifestyle. So if you're not where you want to be and you're not making the those conversations, not having those conversations, you're not comfortable with Instagram, you don't want to DM people, you know what I mean? Start just with your initial circle, up your own Facebook posts as Liesl did. And I'm really excited to see where you go with this, Liesl, because I know you're shy, you don't really like talking to people, but you found a way that absolutely works for you now. So I can obviously see you're going to go to the top. So we're really excited with that. Okay, another thing that we want to do, one of the key areas of support is obviously our Monday Night Power Hour, and it's a non-negotiable. If you want to build a business and you want to change your PIN and you really want to earn a career level income, then a Monday night training is where you need to be, okay? Because this is where the team gives you the nitty-gritty and shows you how to work. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hand over to somebody. Think about this. I'm going to be covering promotions a little bit later on. And one of the first things that we have to do as leaders is to do our 500 volume points, okay? And we've got calls to do that. And a lot of the times we sort of get stuck on the STAMP program, example, shake, multi-fiber, LOT, and PDM. And that is all we tend to sell. And when somebody says to me, how do I actually increase my personal volume? Well, we try to count, I don't know if Francis is going to give us the answer, but on our strategy and planning call this morning, I said there's like 64 different products, but I think we have over 100 products in the Herbalife product range in South Africa. In the States, they've got over 1,000, okay? But we need to have more exposure ourselves to the product. So we will every Monday evening be showcasing or targeting one of our products. So I'm going to hand over to International Activol team member, newly qualified, Francis Downs, who's going to take you through one of our key products. Over to you, Francis. Francis, unmute yourself and off you go.
Thank you.
Good, Francis.
All right, so when it comes to obviously we want to expand and grow your knowledge about your products and improve, you know, and also build your volume points and have higher volume points on a regular basis, not just every now and again. So it all depends on how much knowledge you have about the products that we've got on our range. And as Izzy said, we've got, you know, a substantial number of, I haven't actually counted, but there is a lot of products that we can actually sell. So we actually need to learn more and more about our products all the time. Now, when I first started with Herbalife 12 years ago, I was literally pulled into doing training right from our first meeting. And it was a live meeting and the room was packed and it was really quite a scary experience. But that was my introduction to training. And then I actually became part of the training team. And while I always seem to end up, you know, being involved in training. And I'll tell you something, the more you use, the more you learn about, and it's the best way to actually learn about your products is by using the products. So all we want to say to you guys is, like, besides the stamp is, yes, a very important basic program to get people started on. But as a member, as a distributor, you want to actually expand your knowledge and expand your usage and start using more and more of the products. So each month you need to actually consider, let me just buy one more product. Let me learn about this. Go and research it. Go and read in your product brochure, read on the labels, do whatever you need to do, but actually learn the information about the product. You don't need to know all the sort of technical scientific detail, but just learn something basic about each of the products and then use it for the month and actually really sort of get in touch with this product. What does it taste like? What is it doing for you? What are the changes that you're noticing? So tonight I'm actually going to tell you a little bit about the cell activator. And I'd like to know from you, you can actually just, you know, even just mention in the chat box, have you used the cell activator since you've been involved with Herbalife? So please just make a comment in the chat box and, you know, just to see, well, have you actually, do you know anything about this product? And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this cell activator, which is an absolutely amazing product. And particularly now that we're actually dealing with COVID and we need extra vitamins and we need extra nutrition, this is actually a really key product. So cell activator, we used to, in the olden days, when I first started, we used to call it the postal service of the nutrition. So basically what happens is this little product is full of vitamin B, and it actually helps to, as the name of the product actually says, it actually activates your cells so that your body can absorb more nutrition from the products that you're actually taking. So all your shake, your PDM, your other vitamins, you want those products in your body. You don't want them kind of bypassing all the cells or half of the cells in your body. So we want to activate all these cells, and the best way to do that is with the vitamin B supplement. So cell activator is a formula which has actually got vitamin B1, 2, and 6, and it actually activates, it's got a couple of other essential minerals as well. It's got manganese, it's got copper, and it's got zinc as well. And all these products actually help to improve energy metabolism and also carbohydrate metabolism. So it's really getting your cells into a great condition so that you can absorb a lot more nutrition. Now the actual zinc, the zinc, the copper, and the magnesium, the manganese also actually helps your cells deal with oxidative stress. Now during daily living, okay, we are all exposed to stress in some form or another. we're exposed to cell phone radiation, we're exposed to sunlight, which is actually a stress for us in South Africa. You might be a very active person doing a lot of sport. We are actually healthy Herbalife members, but there are also other foodstuffs that actually contribute to basically free radicals in your body. And free radicals are basically as the it kind of almost forms like a rust in your body. And we want to try and neutralize this and actually help your body to actually get healthier and your cells to actually get healthier. So the zinc and the manganese and the copper are the products, are the ingredients in this particular supplement that actually help to reduce that and actually reduce that oxidative stress in your body. All right, so it helps to metabolize energy. So the vitamin Bs give you energy. They actually help to draw the energy out of the food that you're eating as well, which is also like really important. And vitamin B, you must know, vitamin B is a water-soluble vitamin. You get different vitamins. You get water-soluble vitamins and you get fat-soluble vitamins. And a water-soluble vitamin basically gets, if you have too much of it, it gets flushed out of your body. If it's a fat-soluble vitamin, it gets stored in your body. So when it's a water-soluble vitamin, as in the vitamin B supplement, you need to replace this on a daily basis. Otherwise, you have got vitamin B every time you take the supplement, but every time you don't take it, every day that you don't take it, you are actually not getting any vitamin B into your body. So we actually need to use this on a regular basis. And the recommended dose is having 1 capsule 3 times a day, because this is going to actually keep your energy levels really, really high. So it also has the added benefit of, especially if you have an active sporty lifestyle as well, it helps you with your energy, it helps with anti-aging, it improves your metabolism, and it's also a highly beneficial product if you're on a weight loss program. So this is actually something else that you can introduce to your customers who are actually now on our challenges to lose weight. So there's 90 capsules in this container. So you're designed to one day to actually go and place an order for yourself and get yourself a bottle of Cell Activator and use it this month, well, for the month that it lasts, and actually take note of your energy levels and actually sort of try and see if you can actually feel a difference in your body. So I think that's basically everything that covers everything for Cell Activator. So yeah, it's a brilliant, brilliant product. I've been using it forever since I started on Herbalife, and I use it every single day. So thanks. Steve, back to you.
Thank you so much, Frances. And what I do want to mention, guys, is sterling job on Cell Activator. It's something that I just can't live without. So if you look at my tablet box, it's one of these big ones, and all the capsules are in there. And 23 years later, we don't actually skip a day with the tablets. So we've got this Instagram group, guys. I don't know if you're aware of, okay? We post our meetings on there, but all the product videos, Delina and I were just saying, we don't use the support tools that we have in place as often as we'd like. But think about this. If your customer asks you for everything, Dee, will you on the chat just put the Telegram group? Did I say Instagram? Or did I say Telegram?
You did say
Telegram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, not 100% today, guys. I'm like battling a bit here. On the Telegram group. So what we can do is, again, once a week, once every 2 weeks, we actually send out on WhatsApp, on the groups, where to go and find the information on Telegram. So you guys must make sure you're in those groups, okay? So let me start sharing my screen again, so we know where we are. Hang on a minute. And resume. Okay. All right. What I did want to actually mention, because I actually wrote this down to say tonight, one of the, you know, when you have an aha moment, whenever you actually attend a training, and me 23 years later, can't even count how many trainings we've attended. But at each and every training, I will learn something new, or I'll have an aha moment, or a penny will drop, or something will just actually hit home. And for me, the last weekend, yes, there were plenty of gems. It really was a good kickoff call. But I think it was Sean Lewis who had a screen, and I've actually got this, and I'm actually now printing it out and putting it up on my wall in front of my computer. It says, teach people where to get the information and work yourself out of a job. So a lot of times we think, you know, how do we listen to these stories, somebody like Virginia Gepetti, who's the 30K executive press team member, how does she do it when she's also a doctor? She also runs a clinic. You know, she's so structured. And when she gets somebody in, she shows them where the information is and then lets them actually find out for themselves. So teach people where to get the information. Where do you guys get the information? You get the information every Monday evening on our Team Power Hour. You get it in the Telegram groups, and you get it in our Facebook community. That's where you get the information from, okay? Also, never do something for a distributor that they can do for themselves. Think about this. If you want to build a big check, you've got to seriously, guys, duplicate yourself in the marketplace. If you're doing everything for everybody, that's not duplicatable. So, sorry, that was just my pearls of wisdom for what I got out of the training. Okay, I had one of my members message me, I won't lie to you now, I think it was 4 this afternoon, and said, is today the last day to do the volume to get onto the 500 volume point call with the Mavumas on Wednesday? Absolutely. I shared the video with Leticia this morning on all the groups, guys. You know, when I think about where they come from, 6 years in the business, they're now 15K President's team members, and Bongi will give you the numbers. Bongi is just absolutely incredible when it comes to the numbers. So that's a call you can't afford to miss. Do whatever you can. You've got until midnight tonight. You know, if you've got a couple of orders in play, so because you guys are the serious people on the call, if you can actually say to me tomorrow morning, Izzy, I'm waiting for 2 or 3 people, but just try and get the volume in tonight, or get the orders in tonight, get the commitment up front, so you guys can be in the call with the Mavumas on Wednesday evening, okay? Then this is the calendar, the LWG support calendar for the rest of this week. So obviously we have Breakfast Club Monday through to Friday. On Saturday, we've got Emily Guebo. Now, I don't know if you guys were on the call on Friday evening. Sterling job, but she'll be doing the HRM on Saturday morning. There's the HOM on Tuesday, tomorrow night with Josie. That information will go out, and there's a HOM on Thursday. Remember, if somebody wants to know how to actually capitalize on all the rewards that we have, how do they earn more rewards? Those are the 3 HRMs that you put them onto, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning. That's been in place for 40 years. Mark, you started the company with Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we just stick to that formula because you know what, that's what everybody knows. And then, guys, we've got our 2.5K Royalty Club training that's going to take place on the 5th of February. Now, let me talk to you guys a little bit about this. So I don't actually know if you guys know this. This is our upline, okay? This is a bus driver, Dennis Didell. We form part of his line. He was a distributor signed by Mark Hughes himself. And I know I was brand new. Remember, you guys know my story. Russell said, if you want to see the big picture, jump on a plane, get across to Los Angeles. And I got to meet Dennis Didell. He also did come to Sun City when Mark Hughes came out. But incredible, incredible man. And we all form part of his organization. Okay, so Russell, I think there's a Chairman's Club member above him. But yeah, Dennis was sponsored by Mark. And he is going to be our special guest on the 2.5 Royalty Club call. So, best time ever to do your 2.5 this month. So how easy is it? You do your 500 volume points and you find 4 of your team members who aren't yet supervisors to do the same. and you've just done your 2.5 and you're into the qualification call with Dennis Didell. And that's all leading up to the Leadership Development Weekend that's taking place in March. Okay, so I'm super excited about this, the 5th to the 7th of March. Make sure that you actually qualify. Again, it all starts with you doing your own 500 personally purchased volume, or if you're not doing 500 personally purchased by the 18, 1,000 total volume also gets you into the 500 VIP club. If you're unsure of the qualifications, there they are. Then we've got the World Team School coming up. But for us guys, the major promotion that we're all working towards this year is obviously the 2022 vacations. So it's got to start off now. If you miss the ball in January, you're playing catch up throughout the rest of the year. So you want to make sure, remember, you've got to do 50,000 points yourself and qualify to the tab team. So that's 10 months of 5,000 will get you there, and you don't want to be playing catch up. So I'm quite excited because in our team, we had 4 distributorships. 4 of us qualified to go off to, I think, Dee, Selwyn, Al, shall we all go to Thailand? Who's going to, I think we're going to Thailand. I know Selwyn's going to Thailand. Dee, Turkey or Thailand? Yeah.
Thailand is good.
Thailand. I think we should all just go to Thailand. We'll all go vacation together because I've done Turkey. We don't want to go to Turkey. All right. So that's the call for this evening, guys. I'm super excited. Make sure you're inviting people. Sit down, look at your Facebook group, see who you can invite, private message them, and let's get the absolutely my healthy lifestyle to absolutely hum. So any questions while we've got everybody on the line? Questions? Just chat, raise your hand.